Hello and welcome to Terrifically Thrifted. My name is Terry and I'm a full-time environmental scientist. And in case you've missed it, a few months ago, me and my husband bought this old house. It's about 50 years old and we have a lot to update on. And today is the first day of renovations and I just want to take you along on this journey because we don't really know what we're doing. So it's gonna be adventure. So come along for the ride. So the room that we are demoing is down in our basement and it is called the God Room. If you'd like to know why we call it the God Room, I will link a video down below that you can go and watch. But essentially we had a house inspector come in and based on the age of the house and what he saw, there's likely mold in our insulation and likely the carpet is a breeding ground for mold. And so we want to remove the drywall and the insulation and the carpet in this room. So this weekend we are going to work on ripping out the drywall and the insulation. We start by taking out the drop ceiling in the basement. We really didn't like how it looked and we were kind of undecided whether we want to keep a drop ceiling or not. But for now we're going to take it out because the panels of the drop ceiling was kind of getting old and had some weird moisture marks in it. And we also needed to take out all the tracks that was holding up the drop ceiling. And so that's what you can see us doing here. It was pretty fun, really easy. It was just being held up by twist ties essentially. After we were done taking out the ceiling, we started working on taking out the baseboards with a crowbar. This part was also really easy. They just popped right off and I've actually done this before with my dad when I helped him renovate his townhouse. Alright, so we've taken out half of the ceiling and I've taken out all of the baseboards. So we are gonna throw out the drop ceiling like soft, like this stuff. But we are gonna try to reuse and salvage like the frame bits because I think we do want to keep a drop ceiling here in case like we need to get into the electrical at all. But we can, or there you can buy like prettier looking stuff than this crap. So yeah, look how sweaty I am. Like, look. And yeah, but we're kind of tired, so we're gonna take a coffee break. Coffee! Rusty boy! Okay, bye! What a mess! So before we continue taking off stuff from the walls, we thought it'd be good to kind of organize the mess before it gets even more crazy, so that's what we're doing here. Next we started taking off this panel stuff from the drywall and the walls and it came off pretty easily. We just had to kind of pry it off. But I'm curious, you guys, what era do you think this was popular in? I'm thinking kind of like the Brady Bunch era. If any of you guys know when this was a trend, let me know down in the comments. So we got one panel down. It's not drywall, it's like that weird, I don't know, Brady Bunch wallpaper. And this is why we're taking out the insulation. So as you can see, there's like mold or something growing here. So when this house is built, there's no vapor barrier on the other side of the insulation, so it allows hot air to move from outside to inside due to diffusion, and it brings the moisture in, and so it creates, it's a breeding ground for mold, and so we're just spraying it down with some mold killer just so that we're a bit safer here. Yay, 50-year-old house. Once we got the panels off, we took off the drywall screws to take out the drywall to uncover the insulation. One of us would work on taking off the panel while the other person would work on taking off the drywall, and we just kind of worked together doing that. of the room. It's looking good. We gotta go to the landfill. What is up? It is day 2 of demolitioning our god room, basement room. I actually do find like demoing is kind of a way, in a weird way, like God is speaking to me and to us, and it's like a very calming activity. Although physically like strenuous, but kind of fun at the same time. Here's the plan for today. So today we have to take down this like beam thing because we want to rip off this wallpaper thing, and as you can see it's underneath this beam, so it looks like we can just take out a few screws and the whole thing hopefully will come out as one piece so that we can just put it back up when we're done. So that's kind of task number 1. We got to demo and remove the wall, the rest of this side of the wall, remove all the drywall and the wall and this panel stuff. We realized, so it's this wall that has insulation that we need to replace, and that wall because it faces outside. But this wall actually continues beyond this, and that's the same wall. And so we realized yesterday that we probably have to demo this wall too if we want to remove the insulation. So we continued taking out the tracks for the drop ceiling, all the panels off the wall, and everything went rather smoothly until we got to the beam part of the ceiling. We found that this wooden structure was held on by a combination of nails and screws. And so taking out the screws was no problem, but the nails was quite a challenge, and it actually took up most of our morning. Pulling out one of the drywall screws, and this is what came out, and it's so moist in this basement that it's like rusted and corroded. Like it's supposed to be like double the size. Spraying anti-mold solution. So it is Sunday night, almost 7 p.m. We did a full 2 days of demolitioning. Actually, not a full 2 days. We would work in the mornings and then have an afternoon of hanging out. And then Sunday night, we went back at it again. So I just want to show you how much we've done and how cool it is. We got all the walls done that have insulation. Insulation, guys, coming this Thursday, so we bare minimum needed to take off all the drywall of the walls with insulation. So that's that wall, this wall, and a little bit of that wall. But we were also able to demo and take off the drywall on this side, and then so this wall continues over here, and has insulation here, and so we also need to demo this wall. and remove the insulation. But it's going pretty well.
We're done!
So that concludes the weekend of demos for our god room in the basement. I had so much fun. It was also really nice to just spend a lot of time with my husband, and we were just able to knock out all of this together. So we're learning a lot, but overall, like, we're having a blast. Demos went pretty well, and I'm really proud of how much we got done. You know what's funny though? When my husband and I were first, you know, we were just dreaming, and we're just like, oh, one day when we buy our first house, let's not buy a fixer-upper, because we don't know anything about fixing houses or renovating houses, and we're both like, we're too busy for that and we wouldn't enjoy doing it. When I was doing the renovations today, I was just thinking how ironic that we're demolishing our basement, and like a few years ago we thought we would never be doing what we're doing today. And so it's just kind of funny how God works. This weekend was just a small example of us just like trusting the process and learning, and yeah, even though we don't know 100% what's going on, everything is figure-outable. Anyways, so that's the video for this week. I'll keep you updated on what more we do. We have a few contractors lined up coming in the next coming weeks, and we're just so excited with how this is going to turn out, and we just know it's going to be really cool, and God is going to teach us so much about house stuff, but also just about us and our potential. And I'm sure there'll be lots of metaphors with this room that will come out of it. If you enjoyed this, I really appreciate that you stayed and watched our video. If you'd like to support, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button, as well as feel free to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Terrifically Thrifted. And until next time, I'll see you next week. Bye!